Hey, what's up guys? Jackson here at Toasty DIY, and today I'm going to be showing you my actual office that is a home office, so a little bit different than the normal office you guys are used to seeing. So this right here is where I do the Sunday gaming streams, twitch.tv/ToastyBros. I start them at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and I basically just stream for about an hour and a half to you guys, and it's just gaming. So you know, if you're not super in like the PC building and stuff like that, then those are a great stream to join and see some pretty amateur gameplay that's pretty fun. And we definitely interact with chat, answer some computer questions and other questions you guys may have. Yeah, so basically I just moved into this house about, I want to say about 5 or 6 months ago now. And you know, I've gotten pretty much really within the first month, like I was hardcore just going at it, getting everything unpacked. So I don't really have like boxes or anything like that still. Pretty much everything in the house is set up. And I got my office to a point that I'm pretty happy with. I definitely want to do more with like the stream background, because it's definitely kind of like, I almost want to call it like cluttered and boring at the same time. I know it sounds really weird, but I think I kind of just, with the angle of the camera, you can only see like to here and some of these pictures. Like I feel like I need more pictures almost, and I don't know. Maybe some better lighting, maybe some like RGB in the background. Something I think could be done that could look really cool. But anyways, I'm kind of just here to give you guys a tour of the home office, and you know, where I do, I'm not gonna say a whole lot of ToastyBros work. I do, you know, some PC Bros work here, some ToastyBros work, and mainly just game on it. I often will get in about, I would guess that on average an hour a day of gaming, usually after work. I don't really ever game like in the morning or any other time. And you know, there's times where I go like a week without gaming, but I usually make up for it. Start off over here. So this is just kind of some random stuff, but it's a lot of GoPro accessories. This is where I keep all of like my you know, like chest mounts, head mounts. I have like a bunch of pop filters in here for, I don't even know what, probably lavaliers. I have like some tripods that are all miniature tripods, like for GoPros and stuff. There's literally a floating. So yeah, there's a lot of hair in this office because of this guy here. This is Shanti. This is my girlfriend's cat. And yeah, he's a cutie, but he's very, very hairy, like extremely hairy, and he sheds like everywhere. This is our one other cat, Salem. She just happened to make an appearance. She heard me talking. This thing's pretty cool. This is the one of the EcoFlow products, and I believe this one's the Delta. This thing right here is super cool. It's basically like, the way I would put it is like a giant battery bank. Borderline a generator, because you can get solar panels for it and basically, you know, produce electricity out of it and charge the battery. But yeah, it's basically like what I'd imagine is like a full-size car battery in there. It's pretty heavy, but it's also pretty insane. It can provide up to like 1,800 watts of power. Granted, that does drain it pretty quick, but like when we've had our power go out, I just have a pretty small generator, so I power like the fridge and maybe, you know, like if it's winter, like a small space heater with it. And then this thing I can use to power like my fish tanks, which is pretty cool. So yeah, big shout out to them for sending that over. That was a cool video we did. This right here, I believe, I want to say it's a 28 gallon. Right now the light's not on. I have it set on a timer, but this is a freshwater tank. So I have like 3 tetras in here. A whole lot of cherry shrimp is what I think they would be. And it's funny enough, I actually just bought 3 of the shrimp and they had babies. And so I counted at one point, I had like 30 something of them. But it seems like they're doing pretty well. I need to clean the tank. It's a little bit algae ridden, but that's all good. I keep a little bit of RO water there to top it off and everything. Pretty epic power broker here. This is how I'm able to get the lights to turn on off when I want. It's one of those Wi-Fi smart power strips. Some of the tank and ram cleaning supplies up there. This is a desk that I got given to me a while ago from a friend. It's like a really cool 80s like all wood desk, super duper heavy. I just keep like some other fish tank stuff in there and everything. This is our laundry room, in case anyone's wondering. And then if you don't know what that closet is, that's the water heater. This is our, I'll call it like little gym area. And you know, while we're out, I might as well show you guys, but our HVAC stuff is in there, along with like the cat boxes. And then this is our like, it's really like a utility room more of, but we made it like a little home gym. Breaker panels back there and everything. Yeah, I think we'll go over, kind of just scoping the room to the side here. My 3D printer area. And I hate to say it, but this thing like almost never gets used. Now for a while, I actually was using my little eBay store, and which is just like my original eBay account that I've had forever. But I was selling little like car prints and stuff, like fuse box covers, little, I guess you call them like sun visor holders. I even had someone like custom make this design for me, and then I had to like modify it a little bit. But grommets for the what is it called, the door locks. Yeah, I was doing some pretty cool stuff there for a while. Have a whole lot of filament that you know, I'll hopefully use one day. Yeah, well, I need more down there. This makes me feel horrible, but yeah, I do use it every so often. Like, I'll just have a random project that I'll need to use it for. This is the, I believe it's the JG Aurora A5S or AS5. But really good printer, very, very large print area, both up and down. Like, all the axes are pretty big compared to like other printers for the price range. I think it was like $500 or $600. Extremely rigid, which is my favorite part about it. It's all metal. So it's very heavy, but also very like you don't ever need to level the bed or anything. And then kind of bring me over here to my setup. I'll just go over everything here. So you're probably wondering first off, like, what's up with the desk, and you know, can I buy this? This is a custom job, not the greatest job either. I don't even really consider it a good job, but I basically just bought, you know, plywood from Lowe's. Those are 4x4s. I stained everything like the same, probably like walnut color if I had to guess. Piece of acrylic that I cut. Literally just have some brads on the side to hold the acrylic up in case, like, you know, this guy right here decides to walk on it. But the computer is a Ryzen 7 5800X with, I think it's the Deep Cool Castle like 240 cooling it. We have 32 gigs of the Corsair, I guess that'd be Vengeance RGB Pro, like SL or something like that, and that's 32 gigs, 4 sticks of it. A newer MSI X570 mag. We have a RTX 2080 Super, and that's also MSI. We got like some, I think these are just up here fans, honestly. And I want to say I have a 512 gig Sabrent SSD and like a 4 terabyte Western Digital drive, and so my power supply and the drive are actually back here, which is something kind of cool I designed. And then this is basically the front panel right there, or sorry, the back panel, but it's kind of like the front panel in this case because this doesn't have a front panel. Got a Stream Deck, and I think it's just like the standard size one. I guess it'd be the, what is it, 18 button? I don't know, I don't want to count right now. It'll take me forever and I'll look kind of dumb. Elgato Wave 3, this was sent to us actually like when the product came out, so I got like a really early access to that. Really, really ghetto rigged mount, probably a newer mount from Amazon. This is the, I want to say CMK70, does that sound right? MK730, I was a little bit off, but yeah, it's Cooler Master. I thought about doing a video on this, maybe I will eventually, but really awesome keyboard in my opinion. Red linear MX, Cherry MX switches, and they're floating switches, which is kind of cool, so you can really see all the RGB. Metal backplate and everything, magnetic wrist rest, and it has like this cool clear part that shines through if you have the wrist rest off. We have the Logitech, why can't I think of the G703? I don't know why, I was wanting to call it the Pro, but I know it's not that. This is kind of like a little bit cheaper version of the Pro, which is like a really similar mouse, but it's ambidextrous. This is actually meant for right hands, which I'm right-handed, so it works out great for me. We have the Elgato Light Air, which is basically like a, well, it's called the Key Light, and it's basically Wi-Fi light that you can hook up to your Stream Deck and control like the light settings, like what color intensity, all that. It's pretty cool. We got the Elgato face cam. I kind of look like an Elgato fanboy. I never even really realized that, but we've gotten really lucky. Elgato is a really great company that sent us a lot of their products like for videos, and then I've gotten to basically take them home. But yeah, I did not realize I literally have 4 Elgato products right here. They just need to make a keyboard and mouse, and then I guess I'm sold. We have 2 32-inch curved monitors. Now, I believe one is 165, one's 144, and I can just have them both set to 144. But one of them is a Biotech, and one of them is, I believe, a really early on Pixio. And so the one downside with this Pixio monitor, and this is kind of like just a flaw the company had early on, we noticed because we used to get like all their products, is they had a pretty high like rate of like dead pixelation and stuff like that. And so this one, although it looks great right now, if I leave the computer off for like a few days and I turn it back on, like half of the screen is just like artifacting like crazy. It goes away though, so that's why I haven't replaced them. And this monitor has been doing that for probably about 2 or 3 years now. I just don't care enough to replace it because like it works. I mean, as long as it's like, I call it warmed up, it's good to go. But yeah, I really love like the curved monitor layout, especially the good monitor arm, because just look how clean that is, like how it just perfectly and seamlessly connects. Yeah, I use 32-inch monitors. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm just a boomer or what, but I love like the size of that. That's what I use at the office too. Got some cool Datsun photos. Oh, the chair, OPC chair. I've had this, like literally this was sent to us, probably one of the first products that was bigger that we ever got. And I think I've had that now for like 5 years if I had to guess. Definitely been with me for quite some time. Everyone else has moved on and upgraded, not me. But yeah, really cool, like just posters and stuff. I love these like interactive LED posters. If you can't tell, I'm obsessed with Datsuns and Nissan in general, really, but mainly Datsun. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the channel, I got some cool like car videos and stuff. Really cool like Damascus steel knife that I won kind of like, it was weird. We had a charity auction at ToastyBros and the lady was actually like raffling off items. and we ended up buying that. I got a lot of really cool, just like, I guess I'd call it like knickknacks. Like I bought this at a yard sale for like $4. It's a old, I think it's a railroad lantern is what I want to say they called it. So that's pretty cool. This is like a Mac, which is a tool company, limited edition knife. And so I think this was an 84 that this one came out. And I still have like the original like sheath for it even. I just kind of have it open so you can actually see what it is. Got a cool OG Zippo. I think this was made in like the 70s or 80s. I don't really know if there's a way to, I guess you can probably tell based on how it's written maybe, unless they kept the retro vibe and still write it like that. This is pretty cool. Commemorative Snap-on 500. I think this was also 80s, but it's like the white ivory set, and check this out. Never even been opened. There's sadly a couple of small punctures in the plastic, but hopefully it doesn't get worse. That's a little extra, I guess you call it a centerpiece for a hubcap on my 280Z. Got some really cool old knives here, like this one here. God, everything's covered in here. This one here is an old hickory, which I believe was like an old like English company. Really, really cool. Let me see if I think the camera can kind of see that. But it basically says, it's like True Edge Ontario knife made in USA. So that one I remember looking up, and it's a pretty cool history. This was really interesting. I couldn't really find a whole lot about it, but from what, I took it to a knife maker at one point when I had a lot of really cool knives and I was selling some of them. And he said this was probably to like erase ink. That was his guess at least. Or it was either ink or I guess it would be like lead pencil or graphite, but you would basically like take this and kind of scrub it on top of it. That's what he said his guess was. I mean, maybe one of you in the comments will know exactly what it is, and it's completely wrong. This is a really popular brand. I cannot think of the name, but I know that logo. But also a really old and cool knife that was kind of just hidden there. I used to have a huge passion for like Legos. Zach actually gave me these. I'm not really into pop Funkos, but I think they're cool. I just never really personally got into them. But yeah, I used to have a huge passion for Legos. Some of these are actually like, most of these are like my original Legos. I actually ended up selling at a yard sale one year, you know, when I was out of that phase. I was probably like 15. I sold all of my Legos, but I kept most of the figurines because I kind of knew that a lot of the money is in the figurines and not the actual like just bricks themselves. So I probably sold like, I don't even know, probably like 15,000 Lego bricks for probably like $100, if that, at a yard sale. I kept a lot of the cool figurines. One that I really love back there is the General Grievous one. And he's always hitting a mean gritty, like just straight down. His back's a little broke these days, but that one's really cool because that's like a really OG Lego. There's some more up here. This guitar here is super cool. This is a Charvel. And God, I feel dumb because like I just bought this like maybe a couple months ago and I've already forgotten the name, but I think it's a Charvel like Pro Mod, Pro Mod 3 or something like that, Pro Mod 2. But it's really cool because it's like three-dimensional. They actually carve into the wood and then they inlay it with like different colors. There's all different kinds of designs you can get. There's even like RGB, like rainbow ones. But super good sounding guitar. Floating bridge, so you can you know, fine tune it and everything. It has the fret locks up top, or the tuning locks to make sure that you don't go super out of tune. I bought this amp when I got the guitar. This is the Mustang GTX50. Sounds like a really goofy name. And I had a super nice, like I paid $600 or $700 for this nice orange amp that was 100 watt. But I ended up trading it out actually for this amp, and I bought the pedal to go with it, and I absolutely love this amp as far as my office tour goes. I'll be doing some more tours here soon. I'm gonna be doing one of like the big garage, and I'll probably just include like the house garage, which is actually right through this door here. But it's just like a 2-car garage, but then I have a bigger garage outside that's separate, and it's like I'd almost call it like a 4 or 5 car even garage. So I'll do a video on that soon to kind of show you guys some of the cool tools I've collected over the years, and a couple of the cool cars and everything. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.